Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be getting ready, and my goal for this video, this makeup look, is casual, kind of quicker out the door type of makeup. I don't know about you, but I feel like once that calendar turned over to January, I've hit the ground running, and I've had so many days when I just needed to quickly get ready and get out the door. So that's going to be our goal today. I am using, I think, just one new product to me, and that is this eyeshadow duo from Clinique. This is supposed to be a whole eye look in one little palette, so we're going to put this to the test and see if that really is the case. If you're new here, be sure you hit that subscribe button. Now let's get started. For my eyeshadow primer today, I am finishing up this Smashbox 24-hour photo finish primer. I am, though, however, going to add just a touch of the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot on top of this before it dries, because there is no real kind of brow bone highlight shade in that palette, and it's a little pink, so I just want kind of a cleaner base on my lid. So I'm going to go in, this is the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, and I'm just going to tap in a little bit of this paint pot on top. And I'm doing this before that other eyeshadow primer dries, because otherwise this can be a little bit dry looking on the lid. So I'm just gonna tap that in, and that just adds a little bit of coverage. If you don't have oily eyelids, you could go in with a little bit of concealer, but I can't do concealer on my oily lids. Now, while that sets on the lid and dries down a little bit, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. And today I'm using the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. This is the shade 2W1 Dawn. And then I've mixed in a couple drops of my KVD Portrait Foundation. I have just really been enjoying this, because the Portrait Foundation, it does help me adjust it to the shade I need, but it also just adds a tiny little bit of a dry down to this foundation, which I kind of need with my more combo skin. So I've just been really enjoying these two mixed together, and I like to just kind of quickly pat a little bit on my face. And then I'm gonna go in, my BK Beauty travel size 101 brush is clean. My full size one is not, so I'm just going to use this today. And I just think this brush is so nice. It makes the blending of foundation into the skin so easy and quick. I'm gonna be doing something a little crazy with my hair today. Well, maybe not crazy, just different. So, all right, while I am going to use cream bronzer blush highlighter today, I do want that foundation to sit a little bit so it can kind of set up, because if you go right in with cream blush and bronzer, it can disturb the foundation. So let's go back to our eyes. This is Jammin' Duo number 20, and it looks really pretty. I've just swatched these. So this pink has a little bit of a pearl finish. It's not overtly shimmery. And then this plum color does pack a punch, and it does have a little bit of a satin finish, which can make it really easy to blend. So I'm actually going to start there with the plum shade. I'm using the BK Beauty 204, and I am going to start this right here in the outer corner. I am not going to do liner today. At least that's my plan. We're going to use just a shadow to kind of define our lash line here on the outer corner and give us a little bit of a lift. So this actually is applying well, has good pigmentation kind of right off. And then we'll see what its blendability is as we get up towards the crease. I'm just kind of feathering that in, and now I'm going to go to this pink shade. Let's add this on our lid, and oh, that's nice. Very soft and smoothing, very brightening. Whoa, we're gonna be super bright today. And I am gonna bring that up to the crease. All right, let's go in with the BK Beauty 206. I'm gonna go in first with a little bit of that pink shade. I think I can lightly do this above the crease here and kind of through the crease, just to help take a little bit of the tackiness off of our eyelid from the primer. And now I'm going to go in with the plum shade on that same brush on the tip and tapping off well. These don't seem to be overly powdery, but I always tap off just to be sure. Okay, now let's just blend, blend, blend. Let's see how this goes. This is not the time when you want to be experimenting, right, with something new when you're in a hurry, but you know, I'm experimenting for you. So you can know if this is indeed something quick and easy or not. Okay, I'm gonna wipe off that brush really well. I did recently, by the way, side note, get this Sigma Switch Matte. So I'm testing it out for you, but you just swirl your brush on there and it cleans it off. It's pretty good so far. So I'm gonna go back to the pink shade in the palette now and just go around the edge and just see if we can get a really nice, soft, diffused edge there. Actually, that is working well. Okay, so I'm just kind of going over the edges here. I really want this to be nice and soft. And then I will go back to a little bit of the plum shade. Just gonna go back and forth between the two here. Yeah, I'm quite impressed. That's quite a lot of pigmentation there. Very nice. And I feel like I'm able to get kind of two, well, making those two colors look like three. A little bit there, right? All right, one last time with this 204. Let's just kind of tap this into the edge of the lashes, or into the roots, I should say, of the lashes, and then right here into the outer corner. We'll clean up that edge in a moment, but it's not bad. I'll go back with a little more of the pink shade. Let's just see if we can get any sheen. Not really. So you're not really going to get any sheen, just a lot of brightness. So not a bad thing. And I'm going to go in with the Morphe M432, just a flat brush, and going to go in with that plum shade right into the roots of the lashes here on the lower lash line. Just add a little definition here. Actually, that's really nice. Nice as a liner. And I am going to connect that with the outer corner there in the upper lashes there. I think the end result is going to be really pretty. So let's move on now and clean up under the eyes. I'm using a little bit of almond oil on a Q-tip. All right, as you saw, I just used that Q-tip to kind of help sharpen that edge just a little bit. All right, let's add some color corrector. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Color Corrector in Light. Today I'm going to use the Beauty Blender Bounce Airbrush Concealer, and this shade is 2.30W. And just putting a little bit of that on my finger. Work that under the eyes. All right, I'm just taking my foundation brush and tapping off just any excess and kind of making sure I don't have, kind of tapping out my lines here. And then we're going to go in with the KVD, this is Mod Con bronzer, and I have the shade Fair Cool. And this, I would say it's not necessarily beginner friendly, but it is pretty quick. So If you've never used a cream or liquid bronzer contour, you might want to practice on a day when you're not in a hurry. But it does give the skin a beautiful finish. So I'm using the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy brush. This is the A507. And the thing with this contour, the reason why I say it's not like super beginner friendly, because it is pretty pigmented and you do kind of have to work quickly. So, but if you work quickly and get the hang of it, it does give your skin just a beautiful contour. I mean, look at that. It does just mesh and melt right into the skin. And this brush is making that work really easy. So that's a good thing. I chose this brush because I'm going to try to use it for all 3 steps here on my face. The contour, blush, and highlighter. I forgot I need a little bit here. My nose, this you definitely don't want to let it dry too fast before you get a chance to blend it in on the nose. But that is the good thing about this, is it does set down very quickly and it stays well through the day. So now the blush I would really like to use, I'm not going to use the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beauty Wand High Blush in pink. I'm not going to use this one because it's so hard to get it in stock. So I'm going to use the other favorite that's similar. It's the Tarte Maneater. This is the Blush and Glow Cheek Plump, and this is the shade Peachy Pink. It's almost the same shade, and I feel like the overall finished look is very similar. So, and it's cheaper. So lots of good things about this. All right, I'm going to take that Angie Hot and Flashy brush, and I'm going to use that to tap in the blush. Ooh, that's pretty blush. You can see it's giving a little more of a warmer tone to the skin. That's okay. Liven up our cheeks a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with the Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow, and this is the shade Crystal Nebula. I just love this stuff. I've fallen in love again with it. If you have the Hollywood Flawless filter, that's similar. You can also substitute all of these products for powder. It's up to you. But again, I'm going to wipe off my brush on that switch from Sigma. There is a section for cream products. Wow, look how clean my brush is. Okay, and I'm going to use the tip of that brush to work that highlighter into the skin. You can always work cream products in with your finger. I just think a brush does it faster, but you can always tap them in with your finger. Just know that you might need to tap a little bit longer. All right. Now I definitely have to powder. I'm using the BECCA Hydra Mist powder. I know it's not available anymore, so use whatever favorite one you have, but this is just my go-to when I need some mattification and I want my pores to disappear. I think I have 1 or 2 backups of these, so I have a while before I'm going to be out of this powder, but use whatever your favorite powder is. And this is the ColourPop Powder Puff. Another one of my favorite tools. Ah, so much better, right? Isn't it amazing what powder does? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go to eyebrows next. My least favorite. I'm going back to my IT Cosmetics Brow Power. This is Universal Taupe. I have really been using this a lot. This is for whatever reason, it's one of the quickest brow fill-ins for me personally. And right now with my hair color, I feel like it is, I don't have to go in with a super light hand for it to work. They have now come out with, I think, 4 different shades: Universal Blonde, Universal Brown. So if you had trouble with the color of this, there are now some other options, but I don't have any of those others. Just have this one. Oop, got a little carried away there. All right, just quickly brushing through the brows. Sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I get a little heavy-handed with the brow pencil. So many times I do have to go back and just brush through real quick. And then if you have an extra few seconds, just add a little brow gel. I've really been enjoying this one from Merit, and I have the shade Blonde. It doesn't look blonde, but it is a nice cool tone. And I love that you don't get too much product on the brush. Now, this is meant to just be used alone as your sole brow fill-in. It is not enough for me on its own, but I have enjoyed it just as that kind of final finishing touch to make the brows look fluffy. Now, let's add a little bit of mascara. I'm going to, of course, first curl the lashes, even when I'm in a hurry. This is an important step. And I know it looks like a lot, but I actually find doing an eyelash primer, this is the Origins Underwear for Lashes, I actually find it can actually make my mascara routine go quick because it means I need to kind of work less mascara through my lashes, but you can skip primer if you want. And then mascara, the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, it just is the quickest at adding volume and length. And because I don't have a liner on, other than that shadow, I'm just gonna really work this into the roots of the lashes first and then work it through. And then right here where I just have this nice empty lid, I'm going to be real careful not to push in too much because that's when I get a bunch of mascara right there. We don't want to do that. Mess up our eyeshadow look, right? But when you have kind of a lighter eyeshadow on your lid, it's really going to make your lashes stand out. So that's kind of why I like to give them a little extra love. And then I'm going to use the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions on the lower lashes because I know I won't have to worry all day about any flakes or anything. It's probably, I'm going to have a little bit to clean up because this is just a little bit more of a wet formula and my lower lashes are quite long. So I always get a couple little dots there of mascara, but this one's super easy to clean up. All right, I just cleaned up the mascara under my eye and now I'm just taking my brush with whatever powder I had on it yesterday. I was quickly doing this. I don't like to add a lot of under eye setting powder anyway, so sometimes what's left on the brush from yesterday is plenty. All right, so I decided to go ahead and fix my hair, put in some earrings, and I went around the edge of my lips with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And I've been debating on my lip combination, but I want to go back to an old favorite. So this is the Essence Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner, and this is the shade Because Duh. I don't know who names these, but it's just a really nice nude color. And then I'm going to just add a gloss. I'm going to add the Buxom White Russian Sparkle. I love this. White Russian first came out in the cream formula, and then they added sparkle to it, and it just makes it so much prettier, I think. There's silver sparkle, so I think it makes it look a little more pink on the lips than the regular formula does. And then one final thing I may do is go back with just a little more of that pink shade and add a little bit here on the inner corner. You can always go back and deepen up the outer corner if you feel like you need to. All right, so here's our finished look. And overall, I really do love how this look turned out. I love how the eyes look like we're wearing more than 2 shadows on there. I did enjoy this little duo of shadows. I think they're great quality. So if that's something that's interesting to you, I would definitely recommend these. However, I personally am not convinced that just using 2 shadows is really that much quicker than using 3. What I mean by that is these shadows don't blend themselves, and there is quite a difference in tone between the dark and the light. So you are going to have to spend a little extra time blending. Therefore, a palette like this, the baby one from Lawless, I think is just as quick and easy, and you have more options, and it's only a couple of dollars more than the Clinique duos. So just a little something to think about. If you're looking for quick looks for every day, you don't have to just use 2 shadows for it to be quick. But overall, I hope that you enjoyed seeing this look come together, that it gave you some ideas of a way to introduce a little bit of color into an everyday appropriate look. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.